A spark. So many people identify with it. Ama geniuses swabiza ama bright sparks. The fictional Transformers robots have it where their hearts should be, and a welder cannot continue their job without having sparked one. Sanbonani lapo nina emakaya kantige namhlanje sikhuluma about the men and women who use a light to join two hot head items. Manjege, welding is the process of joining materials, most commonly metals, together. This is often done by melting the pieces that are to be joined together at the points where they will join and adding a filler material to form a pool of molten metal. Manjege, welding should not be confused with soldering kanyeke ne brazing, which involves melting a material in a lower melting point between the two pieces that are going to be joined together to make a bond between them without melting the actual pieces themselves. Manjege, many a man and woman with a cutting torch and a dream have carved their way to greatness through welding. Kumanjege, let's have a quick look at what this career is all about.
Emveni kokutholakala umlilo kanye nekwakhiwa kwemathayi likhono lefile kwakhe nekuhlanganisa tinsimbi ngiye iligcabho lethu sibandvu iphinze idlale inzima lenkulukati emhlabeni lesiphila kuwo lamuhla kushisela lamuhla kungumphumela lothatha tinkulungwane teminyaka kufundzela kuphinze kusinikete sitfombe tsite lesenda kutsi sikwati kwakha indzawo lesifuna kuphila kiyo umshiseli ke ngumuntfu lonelwati ngekusebenta ngekuhlanganisa tinsimbi ngekusebenzisa kushisa ngetindlela letahlukahlukene. Tindlela ke letishintsha kakhulu sisachubeka etikhatsini te-bronze ngekusebenzisa imishini lisecophelweni lesetulu lelusebenzisa gesi. Kushisela kwesimanje ngwona mgogudla ukhicita nemsebenzi. Lokufaka ekhatsi kwakhiwa kwetimvo letinyenti kabi lekusukela emikhunjini kuye etindzaweni lapho khona sithenga khona ema-malls. Kushisela ngikona kubambe umhlaba lesiphila kiwo. Kuphinze kusende sikhone kuhamba ngetimoto etefletishiselwe letichuchwa ngabogasolinya labahamba emaphayipini lashiselwe. Ngaphandle kokushisela singete sakwati kwenta lutho.
Preparation of the product, putting the product together, in other words fully welding the product together, and then grinding or finishing the product.
What I'm just going to do is, obviously because you're going into the factory environment, I just want to give you some specifics about your health and safety so that you know how to protect yourself when working in the factory. We do obviously make any new employee sign a document, but specifically for welding. You know that if you're in a welding area or welding bay or a grinding bay, you need to make sure that you have your safety equipment on. That will be your welding apron, goggles to protect your eyes, a filter mask for the dust, also hearing protection, and welding spats to cover your shoes. Okay. Have you worn any of those items before when you've done welding?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Clayton will issue that when he goes with you into the factory. Also, just keep your work area neat and tidy so that we can prevent any accidents from happening with people moving in the department.
Into this industry, a grade 9 certificate, and then an FET college for about 2 to 4 years because the diploma is training and then into the working world. How your matric certificate and then into that FET college we different trade qualifications within the welding sphere, and then then into the workplace. So it really just depends on in your career, because it depends the employer now, but like some of them are fine grade 9 a matric certificate. So it's important for you to really think it through if you just want to stop grade 9, because your matric certificate might actually be what unlocks the key.
Yabona ukuba welder comes at a pretty price, and depending if you work for someone, if you freelance, or if you have your own business, a welder can certainly make a pretty penny. A welder can earn anything from 52,000 rands to 290,000 rands annually noma ngonyaka. This breaks down to an average of between 4,400 rands and 24,000 rands a month. Not bad, hey? Yabonage, there is a wide scope of work opportunities for a qualified and experienced welder. A lot of welders work on a freelance basis or as an employee for various metal-based companies. Or if you have a business-savvy mind, then the welding entrepreneur can start a small contracting business. Qualified welders are able to work in a wide scope of industries. Welders are often needed in construction and engineering industries, as well as the motor manufacturing industry, aerospace, and offshore oil and gas companies. The need for welders never ends in the industrial sector. A welder can also move into other metal-related industries. With the correct qualifications, a welder can also go into non-destructive testing of metals. But if you can't stand the heat, then get off the welding table. Kumanje, let's see how hot the welder's kitchen can really get on a day-to-day basis.
Into soqala ngayo umpethu soqala itape simeje ama-part wethu lawa sowasebenzisa. Ne? Into engizodinga kuwe le, and then after uthatha ama-part together and then you measure, uyazi ukuthi uzodinga le part le, uzodinga nale part le, which is mase kuphelele kuzoba le stainless. And then there's a size. You must change the size first before you start doing anything. And then our first measurement is 50. This side. See, this side is 50. Yeah. Then this size is gonna be 588. And then we're gonna put it aside when we finish. And then we're gonna measure another piece, which is this one. And then what is the size there? It's 504. It's 504. And then we are going a 50 part on Utili. And then the base 200 by 200. See, 200 by 200. And then we just come back to this picture. And then we try to make this picture. Just to answer, Tata, the plate, ufaka the part la, and get to vela my size so I check it. And then that step, we're gonna put this one here. Again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it on the inside there, and then stitch weld, stitch weld, stitch weld, stitch weld. And then on top here, we're gonna do the same thing. Must put a square this side. You see, this thing is square. See? You can check the square or not square. Okay, square. Right. Size which is 500. See, this is 500. And then it also ends. It ends for which you service to ube right. To follow the spray this. Okay. Or I'm a sparks. I'll call you. Yeah. To follow spray. That ends a welder corner. And then through the bigger saw. There's a glove. Yeah. There's a glove now. And then a welder. Then I'm done.
Njengoba isiphelile manje.
Ayiphelile yabona. Sizoyenza double check. See, 525. 525. Yeah? Ayibamba. I check. This thing is parallel to that one. Yeah? See, it's nice. Okay. And then Master Skanda, you kinda la. Yeah? Feeling kind of lamakona lawa, nala. Okay, sing a color, man. Very good. Okay, because not senke delay, yabona. Yeah, mase soyiphele ngabona amakhona wonke kwagrindile.
Njengoba sazi sonke ukuthi education is a very important aspect of any career, and most importantly, welding. Now, as a welder, you need not to have matric, but you will need to possess sound mathematical knowledge in order to read and understand plans and follow their instructions. Physical sciences can give you a better understanding of the materials that you will be using, of which you will often be required to source, to sort, and decide on the best materials for quality and, where necessary, cost efficiency. Manje, there are various courses that the wannabe welder can take in order to get a certificate in welding. Ama institutions afana ne South African Institute of Welding have courses, as do College SA, Majuba FET College, False Bay College, and Tshwane North College, to name but a few. Kumbula-ke ukuthi in addition to doing welding courses, most welders sign up as apprentices for more experienced welders. This is where they learn the craft hands-on and gain necessary experience on the field. Manje ke wena lapha ekhaya, if you think welding is the career for you, then you need to possess patience as well as enjoy working with izandla zakho. A welder also needs to be a creative person and be able to concentrate on the job at hand. A welder also does need to understand technical plans and to be able to work alone. Kumbula-ke ukuthi a welder works with electronics, pressure-inducing gadgets, and highly flammable torches often at the same time. So yes, the job is definitely dangerous. Kodwa-ke there are strict health and safety measures which always need to be adhered to. A welder is likely to work in a factory environment and must be prepared to get dirty. Ama hours wakhona esikhathini esiningi are usually regular unless you are working on a deadline, and you might also be asked to work on certain weekends or public holidays. Welding can be a very rewarding career, especially for people who, like me, love creating long-lasting and permanent bonds. Angithembeke mina ukuthi you have bonded with us and have found a hot career for yourself right here. Peace out.